Welcome to Central Park, a world-famous urban sanctuary in the middle of Manhattan. Spanning 843 acres, it stretches from 59th Street all the way up to 110th Street, making it one of the largest and most visited city parks in the world. We begin our walk at Grand Army Plaza, located at the southeastern corner of the park. Just a few steps inside the park, we come to the pond, one of Central Park's hidden gems. Despite feeling wild and natural, the pond is completely man-made, like much of the park. It was designed to give visitors an instant sense of calm. The pond is a hotspot for urban wildlife. You'll often see ducks, geese, turtles, and sometimes even egrets or herons. In the early mornings, bird watchers gather here. It's considered a prime location during the spring and fall migration seasons. Bordering the pond is Hallett Nature Sanctuary, a small fenced-off woodland area that's one of the quietest and most untouched places in the park. It was closed to the public for decades but reopened in recent years with guided access to protect its fragile ecosystem. As we continue along the pond, we come to one of Central Park's most photographed spots, Gapstow Bridge. This elegant stone bridge arches over the narrowest part of the pond, creating a perfect frame for the city skyline beyond. The original Gapstow Bridge was built in 1874 and made of wood, but the current version, constructed from Manhattan schist stone, was completed in 1896. Standing here, it's easy to see why filmmakers love this location. It's been featured in countless movies and TV shows, from Home Alone 2 to The Devil Wears Prada. The park was designed in the 1850s by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, who won a public design competition with their visionary greensward plan. Their goal was to create a peaceful retreat from the chaos of city life, a space where people of all backgrounds could relax, exercise, and connect with nature. More than 42 million visitors come here each year to enjoy its lakes, forests, meadows, sculptures, and wildlife. But what's really remarkable is that Central Park is entirely man-made. Almost everything you see, hills, water bodies, and wooded areas, was carefully planned and constructed over 160 years ago. Now we are passing by Wollman Rink, a space that truly transforms with the seasons. In the winter, it becomes one of the most iconic ice skating rinks in New York City. But in the summer months, the rink is repurposed into something completely different, a series of tennis courts. It's part of Central Park's flexible design, where spaces are constantly reimagined for year-round recreation. Before construction began in the 1850s, the area that would become Central Park was home to farmland and several small communities, including Seneca Village, a predominantly African-American settlement with homes, churches, and a school. The residents were displaced to make way for the park's development. once the project began, it became one of the most ambitious landscaping efforts of its time. Over 20,000 workers were involved in reshaping the land, blasting through rock, moving soil, and planting more than 270,000 trees and shrubs to bring the designer's vision to life. Today, Central Park is not just a beautiful retreat, it's massive. In fact, it's larger than the entire country of Monaco and even Vatican City. Now we're walking through the mall, one of the most iconic and beloved pathways in Central Park. This wide tree-lined promenade is the only formal straight line in the park's design. It was created to give visitors, especially those arriving by carriage, grand entrance into the heart of the park. Along the sides of the mall, you'll find a literary walk, featuring statues of famous writers like Shakespeare, Robert Burns, and Sir Walter Scott. It's one of the few areas in the park with monuments to historical figures. Towering above are American elm trees, forming a majestic canopy that changes with the seasons. As we move deeper into the heart of Central Park, we arrive at one of its most iconic and breathtaking spots, Bethesda Terrace and Fountain. Often referred to as the heart of the park, the terrace was designed in the mid-1800s by park architects Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux as a central gathering point for visitors. The arcades below the terrace are lined with sandstone columns and decorated with more than 15,000 colorful Minton tiles on the ceiling. It's the only place in the park where these tiles can be found. The lower terrace opens to the stunning Bethesda Fountain, featuring the Angel of the Waters. Created by Emma Stebbins in 1873, it's the first public art commissioned by a woman in New York City. The angel's gesture symbolizes the purity of the Croton water system, which brought clean water to the city in the 19th century. After the Bethesda Terrace, we come to the lake, a calm and scenic spot in the park. It's perfect for a boat ride or just relaxing by the water. In spring, the magnolia trees bloom, adding a burst of color. Now we're at Bow Bridge, one of the most well-known bridges in Central Park. It crosses over the lake and offers great views of the water and the city. Built in 1862, it's made of cast iron and is known for its unique curve shape. It's a common spot for photos and a nice place to stop and look around. you can see the San Remo building rising in the distance, overlooking the lake. With its twin towers, the San Remo is one of the most recognizable buildings along Central Park West. Designed by Emery Roth and completed in 1930, it has been home to many celebrities, including Bono and Demi Moore. From here, we continue our walk around the lake on Central Park Drive. This path offers great views in every season and was part of the original design for quiet walks and scenic boat rides. It's also a popular route for joggers, bird watchers, and anyone looking to enjoy the park's more peaceful side. Next, we stop by the Ladies' Pavilion, a charming cast-iron structure overlooking the lake near the 77th Street entrance on the west side. Originally built in the 1870s, it was designed as a shelter for women waiting for their horse-drawn carriages near the old ladies' skating pond. Oak Bridge rebuilt in 2009 using wood and cast iron to reflect the original 19th century. It's a quiet spot, often visited by bird watchers and nature lovers. Crossing Oak Bridge, we enter one of the most natural and wild-feeling areas of Central Park, the Ramble. 36-acre woodland designed to feel like a real forest in the middle of Manhattan. With winding paths, rocky outcrops, and dense greenery, it's easy to forget you're in the city. This area was intentionally made to feel a bit untamed, perfect for strolling, exploring, or spotting some of the 230-plus bird species that pass through Central Park each year. Throughout Central Park, you'll find exposed rock formations made of Manhattan schist, a type of bedrock formed from ancient magma over 400 million years ago. These rocks were created deep underground by intense heat and pressure during a time of massive geological activity. Now we're at Belvedere Castle, one of the most unique and picturesque spots in Central Park. Built in 1869, the castle was designed by park architects Calvert Vaux and Jacob Ray Mould. It sits on top of Vista Rock, the second highest natural point in the park, offering amazing views of the Great Lawn, Turtle Pond, and the Della Corte Theater. The name Belvedere means beautiful view in Italian, and it definitely lives up to that. Though it looks like a fairy tale castle, it was never meant to be a real fortress. It originally served as a lookout tower and later became a weather station for the National Weather Service. We reached the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, the largest body of water in Central Park, covering 106 acres. It features a 1.58-mile running track that circles the entire reservoir. The reservoir was renamed in 1994 to honor Jacqueline Kennedy for her contributions to the city and her love of Central Park. Central Park is home to 36 bridges and arches, each designed to blend naturally into the landscape. What's interesting is that most of them don't have official names, they're simply numbered. These bridges were part of the park's original design, and were built to separate different types of traffic, like carriages, pedestrians, and horseback riders, without disrupting the natural scenery. Each one is unique in design, made from stone, wood, or cast iron, and many are hidden throughout the park's paths and trails. We're passing by the Metropolitan Museum of Art, one of the most iconic museums in the world. It opened in 1870 and houses over 2 million works of art, ranging from ancient Egyptian artifacts to modern masterpieces. From the Metropolitan Museum of Art, we continue walking down the east side of Central Park, heading toward the beloved Alice in Wonderland statue. This stretch of the park runs along Fifth Avenue's Museum Mile, known for its world-class museums and historic buildings. The walk is peaceful, lined with elm trees and winding paths. The Alice in Wonderland statue is located just north of the Conservatory water. It was installed in 1959 and was commissioned by philanthropist George Delacorte in memory of his wife Margarita, who loved the story. The bronze sculpture shows Alice sitting on a giant mushroom, surrounded by characters from Lewis Carroll's classic tale like the Mad Hatter, the White Rabbit, and the Dormouse. It was inspired by the original illustrations by John Tenniel, and children are encouraged to climb and explore the statue, making it one of the few interactive sculptures in the park. as we continue walking along the east side of the park. We make a quick stop at the Dean Summerhouse, a rustic wooden gazebo perched on a small hill just off the path. It's tucked away in a quiet area called the Dean, one of the more peaceful corners of Central Park. The structure itself is made from rough-hewn wood and blends beautifully into the landscape. It feels like a hidden retreat with views of the open lawns and trees all around. From up here, it's easy to forget you're still in the middle of Manhattan. Just off the east side of the park near 64th Street is the Central Park Zoo, a compact but well-loved spot that's been around since the 1860s. It's home to animals from around the world, including sea lions, red pandas, penguins, and snow leopards. The zoo also has a charming Tisch Children's Zoo, where kids can feed goats and explore interactive exhibits. And that wraps up today's walk through Central Park. Hope you found it interesting and maybe even learned a few new facts along the way. Thanks for coming along. There's always more to explore. So I'll see you on the next walk.